Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 10 of 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. My name's Gray Hair Dave. I'm your host, and if you can't tell, I have gray hair, and my name's Dave. There you go. That's how I came up with the name. Pretty cool, huh? I thought it was pretty cool. Anyway, on today's episode, I want to talk about a couple of things. I originally thought about this podcast being, just a memory lane kind of thing. But I also wanted to talk about current events that were going on around me also that might have that moment for even you to go, right? So, I don't know, it was 17 years ago, going on 18. I moved to Florida from Michigan. There were a lot of reasons. One of them was the economy was starting to tank. I was hauling steel for a company in Detroit, and we hauled steel and delivered to a lot of these shops that made bolts and rivets and nuts and such for the automakers. And all of a sudden, some of these smaller shops were starting to close. We weren't going to them anymore. Only the larger ones were surviving. And, some talk with my brother, Paul, he is just smart as anybody I know. Smarter than anybody I know, I think. Excuse me. But we did some talking, and I talked with Tim, and, I just decided it was time to leave. There were some opportunities down here in Florida that I had a better chance of getting into than most. But I decided to move down. I got rid of everything. If it didn't fit in my pickup truck, it didn't come with me. Seriously. I purged a lot. And I've never been a person who has to have a lot of things. I never have been. At least I don't think so. I like a lot of things. If I'm into working on wood, I have a lot of wood products, products to help me build. But, I've gotten rid of most of those because I don't do that anymore. If I'm working on this, I like to have the equipment that I need to work with this. But those are the kinds of things that I keep, but those aren't the things that I go overboard with too much. But anyways, I moved to Florida also because of the weather. Now, I worked in a paper mill for 10 years. And paper mills, folks, there's a lot of heat and a lot of moisture. So it could be 20, 15, 10 degrees outside. Inside that mill, when you were working, you had on short sleeves, you had on jeans, and you didn't get to wear tennis shoes because of where you work because you had to wear steel-toed shoes. But it was not a cold environment inside. My body got used to that. And once I stopped working at the paper mill, I tell you what, jeez. The cold really got to me quickly and fast. And I was getting tired of snow. Tired of shoveling snow. Tired of raking leaves. I figured down here in Florida, it's all, palm trees and warm weather. And I figured, okay, a hurricane could come. Which there wasn't a hurricane come anywhere near me for the first 10 or 11 years, 10 or 12 years. It's just been in the last 4 or 5 years. That realistically we've had a few, maybe the last 5. But they haven't devastated anything like, Charlie and a couple of those other ones did years ago. I came down after that. But it's one of those things. I came down here for the weather and for the job. I got a job pretty quickly, but, and things moved on. But I'll tell you what, this is the middle of January, right? It's almost exactly the middle of January. Today is the 17th or 18th. What is today? Looking at the handy-dandy calendar, it's the 19th. So I'm a day off. It's been freezing cold down here. It's been in the 40s, high 30s, 40s, 50s during the day. It's only supposed to get to 56 degrees down here tomorrow. Now, granted, right now it's 64. But holy cow, folks, this is not what I signed up for. I live in Central Florida, around all the parks and stuff. In fact, I could go outside at night and watch the fireworks from my front porch, from the fireworks at Disney behind Magic Kingdom. But I'm just saying, what's up with this weather? This is not what I signed up for. Am I going to have to move further south again? I'm tired of moving. I like it where I am. This is bull. Absolute baloney. Catch that? Baloney. Anyways, folks, how's the weather where you are? I was just watching the Weather Channel while I was eating dinner. And they say 70% of the country is going to be in the 20s tomorrow. What the heck's happening? Global warming. I get global warming. I understand the concept. Where is it? It's freezing cold. Now, granted, a couple weeks ago, it was in the 70s and low 80s here. I was enjoying life. But this stuff here, I don't even have winter coats anymore. I got a leather coat my brother bought me years ago, before I moved down here, a couple years before I moved down here. Now, it's in pristine condition, but that's not going to keep me completely warm. A couple of years ago, folks, I'll be 100% honest, I had to go out and order thermal underwear, or what we used to call, oh, Christ, what do we call that stuff? Anyways, long underwear. Didn't have it down here. You couldn't find it down here. It's Florida. You're not going to find long underwear in Florida. No, I had to order it online. Holy cow, I tell you. Thank God for Amazon. I'll tell you what, I order a lot from Amazon, probably more than I should. But anyway, I go around that. But it's like, what is up with this? You know, I got thick socks. When I came down here and I moved down here, I cut all the sleeves off my T-shirts. Because, first of all, I don't like sleeves on my T-shirts. But it's like, oh, now I've got some long sleeve T-shirts that I wear underneath my sweatshirts or my sweaters when I go to work. I was like, what is this? Again, it's not what I signed up for, but it's what I got to live with. So, anyways, that's what's going on with that. Stupid. I don't get it. But, you know, God's got a plan, I guess. I don't know what that plan is. I wasn't involved in the email string, you know. Not on the distribution list. But, you know, I deal with it and I move on. It's like everything else in life. Folks up north, if you're listening to this up north or in another country and you got snow, I'm sorry. I feel for you. I remember the days of shoveling. I really, really do. But this is not going to have to happen. If we had snow down here, I may think about South America. Not that I really want to live there, but dang. Somewhere near the equator would be good. But, you know, I think part of it, too, is age. I'm at an age where I don't want to. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to be in the cold anymore. Yeah, God bless my brothers. They live up north. They don't want to move down here. And I understand that. They got family up there. They got kids. They got grandkids. They're used to it, but not me. Unfortunately, I was never blessed to have children. Wanted them bad. Number one and I, we tried really hard. Tried in vitro fertilization, all kinds of things, but, you know, it wasn't to be. And number two and I wasn't meant to be either. She had to. It was a situation where she could not anymore. She already had two children, but we couldn't do a third because of medical issues. So, and that's fine. Loved her anyways. Loved them both. Loved them either way. Like I said, you know, I didn't get married just to have kids. If that's what you're doing, yeah, good for you. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted kids because I wanted to love them. And I wanted to be around them. And I think I'd have been a completely different person if I'd had children. I really do. I think I would have been a little bit more responsible with my life. I may not have moved around as much either. As I've moved around, folks. I went from Michigan, moved to Kansas City for 8 years, moved back to Detroit, because of work, back when I was with the airlines. And then I left the airlines because of medical reasons. And then the next thing I know, I'm driving semis, and then the things starting to go bad for the economy, and I left and went to Florida. Now, I did drive semis down here for a while too, but well, I tell you what, we're going to talk about love bugs one day. I don't know what God was thinking when he designed these things, but this will tell you, he's got a sense of humor. Love bugs. Love bugs and beavers. I'm sorry. What's that flap around the back of the tail? I don't understand it. Or a platypus. What the heck's a platypus? That just tells you, God's got a sense of humor. I like that. So anyways, folks, that's number 10. Got it in the bank. I'm going to go put it into the editing machine. That is me. And I'll get this posted right away. Look for another one. Episode 11 next, where I might even have some fun. But anyways, don't forget, tell your friends, Gray Hair Dave. 5 minutes with Gray Hair Dave. You got to love it. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.